All right, that's some of my homemade herbed butter. If you'd like the recipe, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to share that with you. I've got some potatoes. I'm using Yukon Gold. You can use whatever kind you like. I've got some cream. I'm gonna sprinkle in some thyme, some shredded Parmesan, a clove of garlic, a little bit of salt, and some pepper. Just going to stir that together. Make sure we get that all mixed up. Pour that right on top of those potatoes. I'm just gonna take that brush and make sure that I get those potatoes coated with that cream mixture. I have a few more potatoes and they're gonna go right on top of it, just like that. Cover this up, and I have my oven set at 450 degrees. We're gonna bake this for about 15 to 17 minutes until the potatoes become tender. All right, the potatoes, it just came out of the oven. Oh yeah, they look great.
Yum.
Okay, one more step to this. I shredded some Gruyere cheese. That's what I like. You definitely could use some shredded Parmesan instead. I've got 10 ounces of spinach that I sauteed. You could use frozen also, but I love fresh spinach. I've got my cream cheese. I'm actually using the whipped. I'm gonna use a big scoop of that and put it right inside of 1/3 of a cup of cream. I'm gonna sprinkle with a little bit of salt. So I've got 1 clove of garlic. I'm just gonna press that right in. Stir that together and get that all mixed up just like that. Drizzle this right on top of our spinach. I love cream spinach. We're just going to mix this together so we get that cream. Set that aside. Bring in my steak. I am doing fillets. You can do whatever kind of steak you like or another meat. And for us, we like to season with the Montreal steak seasoning, but definitely use whatever you like. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit and then flip them and them over and do the same thing on the other side. I've got 2 ramekins. I'm gonna set that right there. And now we've got that creamed spinach. I'm gonna put that right inside of those ramekins, kind of divide it between the 2. We are going to put this back in the oven for about 12 to 15 minutes, and then we've got some more fun things to do to this. All right, our time is up on all of our things, but I've got one last thing before we finish this dinner for 2. I've got 4 shrimp that I peeled and deveined. I left the tails on them, and I just melted some of my herbed butter. So I'm just tossing it in that. I'm gonna set this aside. I'm gonna add them to my sheet pan in the shape of a heart. I've got my broiler on now, and we're just gonna broil this for about 3 to 4 minutes, and then we are gonna taste it. Our steak sheet pan dinner for 2 is done, and I plated it all up before my husband gets here. This is so tender, oh my gosh. Such a great thing to do with whoever your loved one is. I hope you make this one yum.